Hello to everyone and welcome to our presentation about air pollution in Barcelona. We chose this topic because we think that it's a big problem and not only for those people that are living in a smog city like Barcelona and may have direct consequences for their health, but also because it's contributing to climate change by greenhouse gases effects that will cause a global warming and an ozone layer damage. Before going to an explanation for the weak problem, it would be basic to understand the context of this city. Barcelona is the second largest city in Spain, is located in the Mediterranean coast, and its land size is around 100 square kilometers. 1.7 million people is living there, so it's one of the most dense cities in Europe. Moreover, its weather is rather hot and humid, with not so much precipitations during the year. Moving on to the weak problem, here we can differentiate a mix of causing factors such as the traffic collapse when commuting, especially in the peak hours, the urban adaptation to car-oriented development that took place in the city in the last 20 years, leading to a lack of social responsibility, as well as a strong dependency for the fossil fuels. Finally, it's also very important to highlight the lack of public sector initiative against the problem. Going through the complexity of the weak problem, the aim of this slide is to reflect that the nonlinearity and non-deterministic urbanization of Barcelona led to multiple processes either by human or natural factors, like for instance, unspecific socioeconomic development or lack of green spaces, and triggering unexpected outcomes such as the air pollution, which at the same time have different health effects and becomes unsustainable to its own development. The occurrence of the air pollution in Barcelona is something that is already happening since a long time ago, but exacerbated in the last 20 years. Once the city moved the factories into the outskirts, now the challenge lies on the transport sector, which is the main responsible of the emissions. On the left side, we can see the evolution over time of nitrogen dioxide, and on the right side, the traffic volume evolved until 2014. When we try to analyze why this problem persists, we should take a closer look on three different concepts. At first, and being totally relevant, there are the values, which are shaping at the same time the different institutions, either public or not. Those institutions take some decisions, convert it into processes, and finally by creating an endless loop that allows that this problem be permanent over time.
The most pollutant sector in Barcelona today is the transport sector, leading by 27.5% pollution, and this is the biggest problem of Barcelona today, followed by the services and the domestic sectors, which are really pollutant as well. Air pollution affects sustainability in Barcelona in many ways. First, it hurts the most vulnerable populations in Barcelona. Increasing the inequality in the city and the ability of people to work. And we can see that it also, as well with the global warming, affects the heat waves. Air pollution creates inequality and damage the urban community in the city, which creates less self-organization. When in its turn, it makes a negative effect on the resilience in the city and also less innovation, which creates less flexibility, which is less ability to adapt and make another negative effect on the urban resilience. So as you can see, we placed Barcelona's resilience and sustainability situation in the C part of Elmquist scheme. First, because of the self-organized diversity we can see in the city and the connectivity inside the city and between the city and other cities. But because of the redundancy of the city, we think it's less sustained than other cities, and that's why it's in C.
In our reflections, we have realized that complexity in processes, practice, and structures makes it quite challenging to address problems related to environment because they are predominantly characterized by challenges in collaborating diverse political ideas, social values, and diverse sectors, and unpredictable future. So in effect, we believe that for environment, sustainability, and resilience to reach an equilibrium, there is a need for collaborative ideas to be pulled up from bottom-up approach and to ensure that the present and the future needs are not compromised. Here we are looking at Barcelona trying to adapt the Paris Agreement in 2015 not to reach the 1.5 degrees increase in temperature, but in 2020 they are having a climate emergency declaration. But until the future, we cannot tell whether this declaration would be sustainable and resilient for Barcelona. Thank you.